Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make fathers great again. It's your boy Justin Austin, coming with another message sent from Yahweh. I was reading Isaiah last night. I was in Isaiah 54 to Isaiah 61, and it was talking about how the Israelites had turned away from Yahweh, and he was saying that in their transgressions they separated themselves from me, and I was wroth with them. But due to my covenant, I will heal them once they turn their hearts back to me. Looking at my own situation, is that a lot of the heartache and pain and trouble and all these other things that I'm going through is because of the transgressions that I committed. And I'm sure as well you can look in your own life and see some of the transgressions you may have committed that would distance you from Yahweh. But the covenant that he has with those who love him, he will heal you once you turn your hearts back towards him. And he states that one of the ways to turn your hearts back to him is to respect his Sabbath. Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is the Sabbath. This is not your time. This day of rest is resting from the world, even though you're supposed to be still doing his work. But on the Sabbath, his work and his work alone. Time with him, prayer with him, the work that serves him, such as bringing the oppressed into your home and showing hospitality, feeding those in need, clothing those in need, serving those in need. So what are we to do with our Sabbath? We are supposed to turn the Sabbath sundown to sundown into that day of service directly toward Yahweh and those who are under Yahweh, the oppressed, the needy, the widows, the fatherless. That is the time where we serve him and serve them, because by serving them, we are serving him. He says, do not seek your own pleasures. Do not speak your own words on my Sabbath. This day is mine. It is set apart. It is a spiritual delight. Let us take the time to respect the Sabbath, which is one of the commandments. And not only that, by respecting the Sabbath, he says, I will heal you. I will heal your hearts. And I will bless you. Let's take that to heart. Let's see how much our cup overflows once we turn our hearts back to Yahweh and respect his Sabbath. I know I've seen the difference in my life, and brothers, I encourage you to find out how that difference will impact not only your life, but the lives of your children. He says that if you will turn back to me, respect my Sabbath, serve me, make me the center of your life, not only will I bless you, I will bless your descendants and the descendants of your descendants, generation after generation. If you go back in the text, it states that the blessings that started with David on the throne was supposed to continue. And the only reason they didn't continue through the generations is due to the fact that each king continued to turn his heart from Yahweh to the world, whether it was through idols and many, many other things. But most of the time, we allow the world, we allow the flesh to impede on us and causes us to transgress. Our transgressions are what separate us from Yahweh. So do we pay attention to our transgressions and say, let me just work to stop these things? Well, the biggest way for me to turn away from my transgression is to spend more time focused on him. The more that you're in the word, the more that you're praying, the more that you are meditating on his word. Because when you read, say if you wake up in the morning and you read the word for 30 minutes first thing when you wake up in the morning, and when you leave the house, you're supposed to be chewing on that word. And if not just chewing on that word, you're supposed to be guarding that word. And Isaiah 54:55, I believe it starts off with, Yahweh declares, guard right ruling and do righteousness. I sat on that for like 20 minutes last night. Look up the word guard. Guard means to protect. Protect right ruling. Right ruling is his word. How do you protect his word? You protect it in your heart and in your brain. How do you protect it? You continue to digest it, and you make sure whatever else you're digesting is not contrary to it. So don't read your word for half an hour, get in the car and start bumping Yo Gotti, because that's not guarding his word. That's actually removing the guard from his word, because what you're about to ingest is counter to what you were just reading. It's counter to right ruling. F this dude, forget these broads, da da da, do my own thing, boost up my own ego. That is directly counter to Yahweh. Some days I wonder, but what would be going on with me? And I'm like, I was in my word all day, but then when I got out of the word, when I turned on the television, what I was watching on television was counter to the word, so I wasn't guarding the word. What I was listening to on the radio or on Amazon Music or Spotify or whatever, that was anti-word. We guard the word by making sure not only that we're digesting the word, we're speaking the word, we're living the word, but making sure that anything else that we digest is parallel, is on the same path as the word. We confuse ourselves so much because we take in so many different messages. We're around so many different types of people, and the message is never consistent. That's why the circle is supposed to be small, and it always starts with Yahweh. So, brothers, today, what I encourage you to do is make fathers great again by serving Yahweh, by representing and finding a spiritual delight in his Sabbath, by guarding right ruling and doing righteousness, and appreciating and respecting the covenant with Yahweh. So not only you are blessed, but your descendants are blessed, and your descendants are blessed. He says that just like the rain comes down from the heavens and waters the ground and causes the vegetation to grow, my word comes from my mouth and comes down, and it does not return empty. What he says, the laws, the right ruling that he's put into place, these things will occur. You will either be blessed, your descendants be blessed, and your descendants be blessed, or you be cursed, and your descendants be cursed, and the descendants of your descendants be cursed. If you want to do a check on this thought or this theory or this truth, check this out. The children pay for the sins of the parents. Look at your own life. Look at others' lives. Children pay for the sins of the parents. Children are awarded the blessings of the parents. Be a blessing to your descendants by finding the Sabbath a delight, and not speak your own words, seek your own pleasures, or drive your own laborers, but make it Yahweh's and serve him wholly. Oh, how much I love you, brother. This is what love is. Dropping the truth, sharing the truth, living the truth. That's what love is. Let's love one another today by loving Yahweh. Oh, let's grow together, brothers.